Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we'll be doing the practical sums under underwriting of shares. So in my last video I had done the theory. If you have any doubts regarding those, you can put in the comment section. So today we'll be doing the 6 marks problems. So this is the format that we have to follow, that is gross liability, that is minus unmarked application, less marked application, add firm underwriting, and we'll get net liability. So what is unmarked, marked, firm underwriting and all, I had explained in my previous video, so you can go through that if you have any doubts. So our first problem is CT Limited Incorporated on 1st April 2015 issued a prospectus. So what is prospectus? It is a brochure kind of thing for a company where they mention how many shares are for sale and for what purpose are they um, issuing their shares. That is prospectus. Inviting application for 5 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. The whole issue was underwritten by A, B, C and D. So A, B, C and D are our underwriters. A 2 lakh shares, B 1 lakh 50,000 shares, C 1 lakh shares and D 50,000 shares. Applications were received for 4 lakh 50,000 shares. That is CT Limited is inviting for 5 lakh equity shares and they have received applications for only 4 lakh 50,000 shares, in which marked applications were for 2 lakh 20,000, B is 1 lakh 10,000, C 90,000 and D 10,000 equity shares. So you are required to find out the liability of underwriters. So first we'll go to the calculation of net liability of underwriters. So gross liability. What is the gross liability that they have given? So for A it is 2 lakh, B 1 lakh 50,000, for C 1 lakh and D 50,000. So it's 2 lakh, 1 lakh 50,000. For C it is 1 lakh. For D it is 50,000. So what is the total we get? We get the total as 5 lakh. So next is unmarked application. So they have not given us the unmarked application. So we have to calculate unmarked applications. How to calculate unmarked application? Working note, total applications subscribed or received. So what is the total application subscribed or received? It is 4,50,000. It is 4,50,000. And we have to subtract the total marked applications. So what is the total marked applications? It is 2,20,000 plus 1,10,000 plus 90,000 plus 10,000. You will end up with 4,30,000 as marked shares, marked applications. So what is the total unmarked applications now? It is 20,000. Now, how to divide this unmarked application among our underwriters? That should be done under the ratio of gross liability. So, how is it? 2 lakh, 1 lakh 50,000, 1 lakh, and 50,000. So, what will be our ratio? We'll end up with the ratio of 4 is to 3 is to 2 is to 1. 4 is to 3 is to 2 is to 1. So you guys know, right? We'll just divide it by 5, as 5 can be 5 is divisible. So at last, or any number which is divisible, and you'll end up with the ratio of 4 is to 3 is to 2 is to 1. Now we have to divide this 20,000 in this 4 is to 3 is to 2 is to 1 ratio. So for 2 lakh, it will be 8,000, and here it will be 6,000, and this will be 4,000. This is 2,000. So the total is 20,000. So now just minus 2 lakh. 2 lakh minus 8,000 is 1,92,000. 1,50,000 minus 6,000 is 1,44,000. So 1 lakh minus 4,000 is 96,000. 50,000 minus 2,000 is 48,000. So what is the total we get here? It is 4,80,000. So you got it right, how we calculated unmarked application. That is, first you have to find the ratio from gross liability, and then 2 lakh into 4 divided by 10. That is 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 10. So 4 by 10. Then 1,50,000 into 3 divided by 10, you get 6,000. 1 lakh into 2 divided by 10, you get 4,000, and 50,000 into 1 divided by 10, you get 2,000. That's how we got unmarked application. Now what is marked application? So they have already given what is marked application. For A it is 2,20,000, B it is 1,10,000, C is 90, D is 10,000. So we'll just put it here. What was that? 2,20,000, 1,10,000, 90,000, and for D it is 10,000. So our total is 4,30,000. Now what is the total we get here? So 1,90,000 minus 2,20,000, it is minus 28,000. Here it is 34,000, and here it is 6,000. Here it is 38,000. So our total is 50,000. Next, according to the format that you have seen, we have to do add firm underwriting, but they have not given any information about the firm underwriting, so we are just gonna ignore it. And one more thing you have to understand is, see, for A you have minus 28,000, that is negative. This is because the marked application is more when compared to A's underwritten shares. So A has only underwritten 2 lakh shares, and it has marked for 2,20,000 shares. So that's why we are getting here a negative of minus 28,000. So we have to distribute this surplus of 28,000 to other underwriters, that is B, C, and D. So we have to less surplus of A distributed between B, C, and D. B, C, and D. So how are you gonna distribute this? It is in the same ratio that it is given, 3:2:1. So it is 3:2:1. 2:1. This 28,000 you're gonna distribute among B, C and D. So what it will be here, it will be plus 28,000 plus 28,000 here, 14,000 here, 9,333, and here it will be 4,667. And one more thing is, you don't do total for the surplus, so this will be left blank, or you can just write it as nil. Now what is the total we get? Here it is nil for A, and here, and we minus 34 minus 14,000, it is 20,000, and here again there is a negative, minus 3,333, and here it is 33,333. So what is the total we get? It is 50,000. Now again there is a surplus for C that you will distribute among B and D in the ratio of 3:1. That is see the same gross liability ratio for B and D, that is 3:1. So for A it is nil. For B, how will you calculate? 3,333 into 3 divided by 4, you get it as 2,500. And here it is plus 3,333, and here it is 833, and here you don't calculate total, so you write it as nil. So this is how you get net liability. Here for A it is nil, for B the net liability is 17,500, and for C it is nil, for D it is 32,500. The total net liability is 50,000. So this is how you calculate the net liability of underwriters. And the next question, you can just try solving it by yourself, and this question I'll be solving in my next video. We'll just go through how we got net liability. First, just have to write down the gross liability they have given, then you have to find out the unmarked application, that is total application subscribed or received minus total marked application, you will get unmarked application. Then how are you going to divide this unmarked application to all the underwriters, that is in the gross liability ratio. This is very important, that we have calculated 4:3:2:1, that is you have to just divide it this gross liability and you'll get the ratio over here. Then you have to minus marked application that they have given in the question. So you can see here A has a surplus, so we'll just distribute this surplus to B, C and D underwriters, and then you get a total, and again you can see there is a surplus for C, so you'll divide it among B and D and you'll get net liability. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.